Well, he's not in the space right now, so he's going to miss out on this. Today is lesson 3.3. And you guys are ahead of the game, which is good compared to last year. Yeah. We're about 2 weeks ahead. Yes. So good job.
So free day?
Not yet. Well, save it for that time when you really need it. When the senior things, okay. When the senior things start coming down and you've got lots to do in little time, then we can talk about that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now the directions in lesson 3.3 use the word simplify, not evaluate. Because you will not necessarily find a value. You're just going to combine like terms. And what's a like term? Okay. You can use that. Okay. Well, somebody was trashing the room with it, so I had to put it away. Okay? You know how that is.
Antonio, you like really like that.
Okay. So that's kind of shiny, sorry. Okay, we're combining like terms. So what's a term? Okay. So the term is when everything's being multiplied?
No.
Yeah, so I see it like as a glob. Yeah, a glob that has numbers and or variables being multiplied together. I call them globs. That's my silly street language to describe a term. Okay? Yeah, I use weird words, don't I? So, you like weird words? I got lots of them. Okay.
Man, she's calling people names.
Uh-oh. Guys, we are in a college classroom, not a kindergarten classroom. Okay, so let's be respectful of ourselves and each other and the professor. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you very much to do that. All right. I was trying to find an example where you'd have some globs. Looks like we're not there yet. What they're having you do right now is just using...
What did that say this? The last word?
This one?
Variables?
Yes, variables. So if I have a 2 times a 3x, okay, Juan just asked me this one. You just take the numbers times each other, and there you have one term. So this is one term. So you just simplified your algebraic expression. The word algebraic, A-L-G-E-B-R-A-I-C, means there's variables, okay? Not just numbers. So we're simplifying algebraic expressions. E-X-P-R-E-S-S-I-O-N-S. It squeezes in there. So you see parentheses, that means multiply, correct? All righty. What if it's on the, these two numbers were next to each other? What if one of them is, okay, over here? What do I multiply together? Well, I can multiply -3 and -5, right? Yeah, because that means, all this means is that it's -3 times t times a -5. So you can multiply those two. Negative times negative is positive. Okay. So don't let it bother you if your number's on the other side of your variable, it's still multiply. Okay, then we can get messier. -4 times 5. Okay. You don't have to write this step, but this is what your brain should think. It's a -4 times a 5 times an A times a B. You're allowed to rearrange. These are called factors. You're allowed to rearrange them so you can multiply them. This is Mathlish. This is a different language, isn't it? All symbols. Yep.
What happened if there's one without a parentheses? And there's one with a parentheses?
Oh, one with, like up here?
Yeah.
Yep, you
No,
just,
oh,
yeah.
But it has like two
numbers?
Yeah. Oh, it has two.
Okay, go ahead and tell me. Read it out.
So it's -3u times 9x.
Okay, without parentheses?
With parentheses.
Okay, where, like around this one?
Yep, right there.
Okay, right there. Okay. So in your brain, you should see a -3 times a 9 times a u times an x. So you just multiply the number parts.
Mr. Sure.
It was a piece of three.
Does the order of the variables matter?
Ah, such a good question. Did you answer that question?
The order of the
Yeah.
variables matter or not?
We'd like them in alphabetical order. That's what your brain is happy with. You will get it right for sure if you put it in alphabetical order. Now, if you don't, I'm not sure if they count it right or wrong. They shouldn't count it wrong, because technically you're not wrong, but it's best practice to put them in alphabetical order. Good question. That's a good question. I've seen it both ways. You just never know. Okay. Now for this lesson, they've got one more example I want to show you. That's all the more complicated they get. And so they're really easing you slowly into algebra ideas. So that's good, because sometimes this is enough. Okay, one more. Ready? It's called distributive property. Have you ever, and it's one of the harder ones. They said when they test on the ACT or whatever, they said these are the ones. I'm going to give you a simple one though, so don't worry. Okay, these are the ones people forget how to do. This is a distributive property that allows us to do this. And what distributive property says to do is I always draw little arches. You can multiply the 2 to the 5x and to the 7. Now the reason you don't do that when you're multiplying everybody is because there's no addition sign. That addition sign or that subtraction sign tells you I must distribute my factor to all the terms inside. So 2 times 5x is 10x, and adding 2 times 7 is 14. Fair and square?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do it one more example. I'll let you loose. Pretty sure that's it. There might be some words, but you guys are good with that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. -5 times 2x minus 3y plus 8. So he goes to all three of those. So in my brain, I just take a -5 times 2x, -5 times -3, take the negative with the number, positive 15y, -5 times positive 8 is -40. Okay. What do you think?
Perfect, miss.
Perfect, perfect. Okay. Okay, what if there's a negative outside? What do you do with this? What do you think?
It's a -1.
Ah, yes. So it's no different than the rest, is it?
No, just multiply everything times -1. Yes, my son.
Yes, Daddy.
Be respectful, please. It is, but is it? Okay. So I'm done.
Compliment, miss.
Dig in. If
And
you
I
feel
take
it,
compliments.
you feel it's a compliment.
Yeah.
So if you feel it
And I
is, it
take
is.
compliments.
Thank you. Nobody's making fun. All right.
They call me Daddy.
They call me Daddy.
We'll leave that there. Let me know if I can help you on any individual questions on the homework. How many are there? 10? 14 questions, okay? So there's more than 14 minutes. So you should be good. Everybody should walk out with this homework done. That's why I give you time in class, correct?